Okay, I'm recording, and it looks like it might actually work this time, which is fantastic. Um, Bree, if you see that little button up there go away, or the screens change so that they're both the regular color, let me know.
Which button?
That little thing right there means we're recording.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Welcome to the AMA. It's June 12th. We've got a ton of awesome stuff to go over with you guys. And first off, I'm so glad to see everyone here and so many of you. This is great. Let's see.
One quick thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know, Discord has like a voice chat or a text chat with the AMA, so you'll see
Really?
if people are talking.
Oh, look at that. There's a text chat for the voice now. Well, all right. So apparently, if you click in the upper right corner, there's a little voice chat, text chat, and there's a bunch of people in there, talking about things. So we'll look at that and keep it monitored so we can answer questions during the chat if anyone. And also one thing about this, one of the reasons why we do our AMA in the voice chat and not the stage, is because this is a community meeting. We don't want to give just lip service to being a community here. We're actually about building a community. We're going to go more into that as we go forward. But anyone who's been in the meetings with us knows that we actually welcome participation. We welcome you guys talking and asking questions. And if we didn't want to hear from you, we would do it in the stage.
So we're switching to the stage. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. Let's see. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into a project update and status. You got a little haha Bree from Brooke. Let's see. Someone said, is this going to make me want to buy 6 more? And Woody is like, don't tempt me. AMA sweep. Guys, that one of the first things that I want to talk about this morning is actually something that I don't often talk about, but which is the amount of cockadoodles that were on the floor this morning. At one point this morning I looked, and hold on, I'm going to bring this over. There were only 111 cockadoodles listed. It looks like it's now back up to 118. But there were 111 listed only. That's kind of insane. For a project of 4444, what are we going on? 2 months out? The fact that we only had 111 we were down to listed it's just wild beyond belief. I mean, I know projects that don't even have that already have their staking implemented. So I want to start. JRG says, sheesh, the holders know what's up, right? Exactly. And that's one of the things I want to start with. Magnetic says, make that 117, Josh. I think Magnetic just grabbed his... Well, I just about to say just grabbed his... that doesn't... Cockadoodle. Just grabbed his cockadoodle. And we're going to get to some stuff about Magnetic a little later in this as well. But it's a couple of things. One of the biggest things that I attribute this to is trust in the team and the strength of our community. Rocky, you got a hot mic there. You're buzzing a little bit. People come in and they see that we've got an active community. It's not always in main chat, but if they're in the holders chat, they're talking. We're always talking. We're always answering questions, and it's not just us. It's like you guys. One of the things I've been the absolute happiest about is when I come into the holders chat and I see people discussing projects and sharing information, and being there for each other, and so much of that is at the core of what we're about right now. That it literally just does my heart good every time I come in there and I see you guys talking. Oh, Green Greenpeace says, I've never been in a place that I can call family in Web3 until I joined here. Thank you, brother. And also, Greenpeace, you're coming back from your loss a little bit, right? Greenpeace got some, actually got some of his cockadoodles, and he got hacked and a few other things taken, and I've been helping him out with a couple of extra whitelist spots on some stuff to try and help him build back up. And we've been quiet about it. We don't publicize it, but it's just one of the things we like to do to support people when we can. Corky also says, shout out to Incogtango. Yes, big shout out to Incogtango. Absolutely appreciate you, brother. Corky said that when we were talking about people being here and talking about things, and it's really just wonderful to see the community forming. It really does my heart good. And they also see that, like, it's not just members, but the founders are engaged, the staff's engaged. It's like people can tell that we care here, and that, like, we really want to hang out, and not just like it's not just about trying to figure out another way to get money out of people. It's like it's really trying to make a home in Web3. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. Agree with that?
I do.
Or do you just want money to buy more pink things?
Huh. I mean, I always want more money to buy pink things. But it's not
It's true, folks. It's true. There's a constant attention to all things pink in this household.
And in my NFT wallets.
And in her NFT, it's really true. You should call your NFT Pink Palace. Drawfer said it's only down to how you guys have been with us. The only team I came across after being hacked who are generally concerned with who actually take the time to try out and help. We appreciate you all. Oh, thank you, Droftar. Yeah, we hopped on a. Did we hop on a call, or did we just jump right in and make sure that you used Revoke Cash? Absolutely. The minute anyone of our. Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, how's it going, man? I thought I'll have a shout out to you. Yeah, we appreciate you all, man. Yeah, you actually came on voice chat with me after, I think that was early hours for you, and you actually helped us out.
Aww.
Just sort of show me how to find out what had happened and what link I clicked and made the cock up. But we live and we learn.
I'm glad, man. How are you doing? Have you recovered from that hack yet? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, doing all good, man. Yeah, we got there, but then like this D-Gen season has not really played to my strengths. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all fun and games, isn't it? I'm not relying on this space, which makes it sort of all right.
Yeah,
Luckily, how are you doing?
How am I doing with this D-Gen season?
You're just in general, man.
Oh man, I'm honestly doing really well. I mean, like everyone, we took a big hit on a lot of assets, but I'm going to be talking about how we've been diversifying and the things I've been learning. And actually, like, because of everything we've been doing today, this morning, just based on the stuff that I'll be telling you guys about, I'm up about almost an ETH.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, during the crash. And while things are going down, it's a big part of what we've been doing with diversification, which I'm going to go into. But it's interesting, you know. It's definitely a crazy time in the market. But you know what? I'm gonna pop in about that later. Let me I'll get around to that, because I think that's the next thing that I want to talk about after this. Let's see. El Griffith, why am I the only one server muted? Let me unmute you. I think one time you were talking, or you had a hot mic. So I've just unmuted you. Let's see. Woody says, looks like we're back down to 113. Yep. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Elgrith. Ganjani has to go to work. Can't wait to hear the recording. Yes, so we started doing a new way of recording this. We used to log in with another computer into Discord, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, and we did it through OBS. And now I'm just doing a screen recording, and it seems to be working really well and stable. So hopefully we'll have a lot more of these recorded. So first one, lively community, and that we care. And the second one I think is because we're here all the time, you guys really get the understanding that we're going to do what we say we're going to do. We're actually here working on stuff. And that means a lot to me. Especially because, the first couple of months of a project can be hard because that's when you're getting everything up to speed. And it's a lot of the times when it takes the most faith. And often it's also the time when, in a lot of projects, you don't see the founders around too much. And often there's a lot of projects that have founders that abandon them. So it really means a lot to me that you guys see that we're here, and that we're participating all the time. And I'm excited because we will soon have some things coming to fruition. Someone in Contango said, "Cough, Sartoshi, cough." It's another developer.
Oh.
So while that's step one. So on top of that, I think there are some other things that are leading to us having a really great low amount of listings. I mean, 111 listed. I've seen projects with staking already implemented that have more than that listed. Like that's an insanely small amount. That's like, it's 1/4%. You never see that. One of the reasons that I want to bring up, and why I think one of the things that's contributed to it, right after we launched, we added a new feature to the project that we hadn't talked about before launch, but was getting a good alpha section up and going and doing whitelist allocations from projects. Most projects that I see, we're an incredibly active group of whitelists, of whitelist giveaways. And most projects that I see that have that level of whitelist giveaways going all the time, their NFTs are like anywhere from half an ETH to multiple ETH. And frankly, we don't push ourselves as an alpha group because we've got so much going for us. But I think any of you guys can see that. I mean, think about all the groups that you're in and how many whitelist allocations you get by comparison. We're right up there with some of the top allocations that I've seen. That alone, I think, makes our project a bargain before anything else that's coming in, and we've got more coming in. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just going over my notes. So we definitely want to keep the whitelist, the alpha and whitelist allocations going. I do want to make some notes for people about I can't give financial advice, but I do want to do a little discussion towards the end of this about what to do with whitelist allocations. I did a big post in it and tagged all the holders that whitelist allocations are incredibly important for building up your portfolio because when you get on a project on a whitelist, it's kind of your best shot at doing well with it, but you have to be really careful because not every project will mint out. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. You know what? I want to leave that for later in the conversation because I still want to go through all the things that we're currently working on. But one of the reasons why I want to bring it up now is that we'd like to keep that going moving forward. And actually, we took portions of the royalties from this last month, and we actually gave some of it back to our alpha team. And I want to keep doing that because we want to keep that going for you guys. And also show them, like our mod staff, that everyone here is someone we appreciate. I hope it comes through that one of the big things about our project is we're really trying to build a team and a family here. And it's our desire to do something long term. And part of that is treating the people around you right. It's really funny. I was in a space with with Cheech and Chong before their project, and he he said, what did he say? Me gonna make
I
it?
was in the other room.
Yeah, Bree was in the other room.
I couldn't stop him from his bad decision.
Oh God, yeah. So Cheech and Chong, it's really funny. They're in the spaces and like they change wag me to mag me gonna make it. And I was like, wow, that's so creative. These guys are doing something great. And so I actually jumped in on that mint. And weren't you in the other room with the exact opposite impression?
Well, I was in the other room and I was like, thinking like, I was listening to it. I was like thinking like Cheech and Chong, like, yeah, they're celebrities, but like, I don't feel like I want to give them my money. I don't trust them.
They're not famously known for doing something.
Well, they're famously known for being stoners.
For being stoners, right?
Know,
Yes.
Yeah.
So hilariously, I did get in on that mint. But why was I on this tangent?
You were talking about me gonna make it, and
right,
like,
right.
That was,
well, and
I think you were talking about being
yes,
the opposite.
being the opposite, right? I should have taken them at the word when they said "me gonna make it," because they did. But for us, we really feel that we're cultivating the opposite vibe. We want to create a family and try as we do better to have things go well for all of us. And it's one of the reasons why we started also doing the alpha allocations. We want to take some of our resources and try to get stuff that's helpful for you guys. And we've actually had a couple of really great wins in there. The Sicilian Kiss one that Balls called turned out great for everybody. The HOAP turned out great for everybody. There's a bunch more. The Gino's Kitchen, I think that was one that just came out. That was like 0.05, instant 0.05. Now, the sad truth of the scene is that, more often than not, projects don't do okay here, which is one of the reasons why, along with the alpha allocations, we try to really press the lesson of watch for the volume and sales before jumping in. So, once again, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later, but the main thing that I wanted to bring out of that was that the alpha seems to be something that people are loving, and that is really giving people a great reason to be here, and also very helpful for people, which is all things that we want. So that's one part of the project that we're excited about, and we're going to try to keep that going, right? Yeah. It's Brooke at first was like I'm going to kill you if you spend much more time on this, but we've actually developed a great team so that I don't have to spend that much time on it these days, and I'm back to working on everything else for the project. Right, Brooke?
Okay, to be fair, I said that because we have so much shit to do, but yes, very glad that we've got such a great team on it now, and thanks to everybody who's really stepped up, and specifically Corky and Tipo, but everybody else as well. Thank you to all of our alphas. Yeah,
Corky and Tipo on the everybody. Corky, Tipo, Stuala, Balls, Messina. On the calling side, Balls and AKA giving all that great information all the time, which is absolutely wonderful for everybody. Yeah, could not agree more. All right, and let's see. So what else? So that did take a couple weeks to kick off. Then what else have I been working on? One of the big things that I've been working on is actually diversifying our holdings a little bit, so that we can be okay in the bear market. I started looking into this back on May 9th. It's now been about a month when it looked like things were going really bad. And one of the things I actually started doing was setting up our external banking, transferring some of our holdings out to actual heavens fiat, so we'd have something that wasn't just crypto.
What's a fiat?
I know, right? It's the car. I've put our holdings in a car.
Is it a cat?
It's not a cat. It's a little car. Our holdings are locked in the garage in a car. No, fiat. You know what fiat means, right?
I do.
Okay,
That was a joke.
Oh, thank God. So it's been really wild. We're actually doing okay. We I won't lie, the crypto crash hurt. It hurt everybody, but
Ouchie.
ouchie is right. But we've diversified enough, and I've also been getting some mentorship in and guidance in some options trading as well, which is something that makes money whether the market's going up or down, and also how to ride these things. So it's been an intense couple of weeks getting all that up and running. But like I said, literally today I'm up in Ethereum just on the movements of ETH, both up and down. So it's one of the things that's been kind of key, but it also did take up some time. The crash has been really, really wild. Let's see. Then we have been incredibly, incredibly busy behind the scene. Magnetic says lotto puts are fun. Lotto puts are fun, but I'm not doing too many of those. I'm favoring more the super safe things on puts and options once you notice that they already have momentum. Magnetic says, don't do it. Not financial advice. So true. Corky also mentioned Stawala, who's been killing it on the team as well. But yeah, it has been a really, really intense couple of weeks getting up to speed, but it's also one of the most responsible things that I could have done during this time to make sure that the project has what it needs to keep going forward, because that is my top priority on this. Another thing that we've been doing that has been huge. So basically what we noticed was that projects started doing really poorly on mints. I think everyone's noticed that. And we realized that it wasn't the time to, I saw absolutely huge projects, things that should have done amazingly well, even like Collider Craftworks, which was incredibly hyped, barely mint out and not have a great secondary. There are a few and far between that are doing well, but for the most part, the market's just not doing that well right now. But that doesn't mean that we've slowed down. In a lot of ways, we've actually intensified what we're doing behind the scenes so that we can be prepped and ready to go to put things into place for the period when we get a nice bump and the market turns back around. So one of the first things that we've been doing a lot of working on is our overarching company and brand development. All of this, Silverman, Cockadoodles, Barnyard Fashionistas, all of it's going to be under an overarching company, an overarching brand. And, that's what we just set up the banking under. We've got a name for it, which is, we're going to be announcing the name soon. Our website is our landing page is almost finished on it. Our landing page is almost finished on it. I'll go into that. And we're doing a lot of the branding and brand development on it, and kind of everything that you need to go around getting it ready for a launch. So people can stop looking at Silverman and going, wait, do you guys really know the Cockadoodles? And we can point them to a web page. We can point them to a web page that shows that all the products are from the same company. And give people a sense of what we're doing and give people more confidence in the brand, which is good for all of our holdings. On the branding and brand development, Brooke has been doing an amazing job. She is so used to doing brand development with huge companies that, the stuff that she's put together for us so far has just been unbelievable. Brooke, thank you for that, by the way.
My pleasure. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, because I know some of it must have felt like you were taking us kicking and screaming into those meetings, right?
Yeah, but that's how those meetings with, startups, especially smaller startups, usually go. So you guys have been doing a great job, and I'm proud of all of us.
Thank you, hon.
We've
Do
been doing a great job kicking and screaming.
Yes, Bree, that's what I meant. Yes.
she knows kicking and screaming. She's seen a lot of startups do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brooke, do you like? I know I've introduced you guys to these guys before, but do you have any like summary of or some of the amazing brand development or stuff that you've done, or anything that we can continually remind people how impressive you are?
I mean, I wasn't really prepared. I'm kind of like hiking right now, but thank you for asking. I don't know. I mean, you can see my portfolio online. I've been all over the place, from like Apple to Netflix to Meta to I don't know, SoFi, which is a fintech company. I've been all over the place, and I've enjoyed every second of it. I've been doing creative production and marketing for 12 years, and I am learning every day, and I love what I do.
We love what you do too.
Thanks. Me too. I love working with you guys. I also feel very happy. I've known Josh and Bree for a very long time now. I think maybe going on 10 or 8 years, and it's great every time I get the chance to work with them, and now especially in this capacity, it's been phenomenal to finally work on a collaboration at this level. And I think that I've seen them put together communities so many times, in such a powerful way over the many years that we've developed our friendship, and I've seen them really hold and stick. So it's great to see that there's like now finally a real like actualized way that we can kind of collaborate that's not just solely focused in the Web 2 market, because it's difficult to sustain. So it's great that we can all kind of bring our superpowers into Web 3, because I think that's where we're really starting to see them shine.
I also, what I'm really excited for is when you and I can start collaborating on our love of storytelling and new media.
Yes, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very excited about all that.
Same. Greenpeace says her voice is so relaxing, like it's played in a spa center.
Thank you. I will. I'll send you a recording. It's on my OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans.
Before anyone asks, I feel like are you whatchamacallit? Is that like an organic vegan talent to have a voice that's relaxing?
Yes, it is. Yeah, all vegans are relaxing. It's a superpower that we have.
Nice. So you guys are going to see a lot with the brand over the next couple of weeks. We're probably going to have, at the very least, a soft announce before NFT NYC. But it's one of the reasons why I've been working so hard on it. But that is not the only thing that we have been working on. One of the other big things that we're working on is getting, aside from everything that's going on with Silverman, which I will talk to you about soon, we've been working on getting the store technology up and running on it. And that's part of getting the website going. So one of the things I think is different about our project, Drofter says, the organic OnlyFans fan. Corky called it the organic fan. You need an organic fans page, Brooke.
I saw like fans made out of leaves or something. I should do that.
You're hiking. You got him there.
That's true.
So one of the things I've been working on is getting the merch store tech up and running. As you guys know, part of our plan is to actually get a merch store business going with a little bit more advanced tech than what you see out there right now. That not just our project can use, but other projects can use, which will become a way for us to make money. And I have to figure out the legalities of it, but figure out ways to turn that into holder rewards or portions of it into holder rewards as well. It's interesting because so many projects focus on not on things or goals that independently make funds, but goals that kind of like recycle their existing user base to get more funds out of them. And what we're trying to do is, part of what we're trying to do is start something that are real utility, that have real potential business plans behind them, that can actually be generative outside of just, how many times can we sell widgets to each other? And no, widgets is not an NFT. And if it is an NFT, I don't know where it is. And I'm not recommending someone go buy widgets. Widgets is a generic term. But so we're actually, like I said, we're actually working on the store and getting that going. And along those lines, we've also been working on our first merch drop for you guys. Bree has been working on some really cool designs for things. We had originally wanted to get it out before NFT NYC, but part of that is my fault because I do not understand clothing production schedules as well as my wonderful woman does, right?
Yeah, well, we want to make sure everything going out is quality, and that's more important than like trying to throw something out before NFT NYC.
Yeah. Greenpeace says, "Oh my God, want." Someone said cockadoodle underpants. We are actually looking at those, aren't we?
I am looking at those.
Corky says, "I want my onesie." Hippie says, "I'm in." Yeah, I definitely want some underwear with a cockadoodle on it.
You could probably share a sneak peek of something soon.
Nice. And while she's working on that, I'm working with me and another programmer on the tech behind the scenes to actually have it be so that some of this is customizable by your own NFTs. We're getting versions of the merch ready both with and without that feature, but once that's ready to go, we might even at some point do like a mid merch drop of a test item for you guys, like test out the ordering process on it to see if it works. Hippie says cockadoodle banana hammock. Wow, I was really picturing a different style, but now that you said it, I want it. Can we get like cockadoodle man thongs? I'm kidding. It's, the look on Bree's face, guys, you should have seen it was like this, like polite, horrified. Not what you're envisioning.
I'm more horrified you asking me if I can do things while we're on an AMA.
Oh, sorry. It's okay. I don't really expect you to do a cockadoodle man thong.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit? No. Okay, never mind. Latina Heat says, "I'm all for man thongs." Dropstar says,
I vote for man thongs. Yeah, I think we should. Bree, is that okay? Can we put that into your designs?
We can look at sourcing that.
I can help you with that. Yeah.
Incogtango says, "I've got a Twitter and can send all the photos." I've seen your Twitter, Incogtango. It's brilliant. Zen Logic says, "Unsubscribe" with a little laugh. Hippie says, "I'm ordering one for every NFT I own." Greenpeace says, "Politely horrified." Congratulations. Our first merch drop will be the most divisive merch drop in the history of NFTs.
As long as there's thongs for ladies too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Down. What you do with your underpants, I think that would be animal cruelty. That's his Corky's comment.
It's not if they consent.
Cocktail says, "Oh look, there are 850 cockadoodles listed on OS now." LOL, and also not true. I think we're still hovering on that 111, 113 number. Let me see what's It's really funny too. I'm a big believer in like, I know what we have planned, and I know that we're planning on following through with it. Only 114. Wow, there is a literal fire cockadoodle listed at the floor. It's really interesting. When the crash happened, I saw that our floor had dropped down to probably the lowest it's ever been because the whole market was down. I was really tempted to go in and sweep, but at the same time,
The kitchen?
no, never. Not. I was tempted to go in and sweep the cockadoodles, so we'd have more for the project. But at the same time, like I know what I have planned. So when I see something like that, like I also want people who are really like loyal and understand to be able to get in at what I think is a great price. So I almost feel like don't want to take that away from them. And lo and behold, people started sweeping. I think people started picking them up just when they saw that we were alive. And I know we hadn't done an AMA for actually about 3 or 4 weeks, which is going to change. I'm going to talk about that later. But one of the reasons why was all this stuff that I've been doing with the brand, and then managing our assets and getting the diversification going, and the mentorship and how to work with those different assets, not just in crypto. I know how to trade NFTs, but the options and those kind of things were new to me. But it's something we've been working very hard on, making sure that we got up and running the right way. And talking about other things that we were doing at the same time. Let's see. Before I talk about Silverman, let's talk Metaverse for a second. So I hold currently 3 other side lands. That is where I would like to develop. Obviously, all this changes depending on popularity and which metaverses end up being worthwhile. But I kind of want to let you guys know that I actually do have a few other side deeds that I'm holding, specifically because that is where I would like to be developing. They haven't actually released the API yet. I actually just asked. I know the manager of other side, or at least the Discord PP man, and I checked in with him this morning. They haven't released the API yet. I keep asking. That I'm probably gonna be one of the first people in that thing when it happens. I am super, super excited for it. But if it turns out to not be popular, then I'll move on to another one. But I want to let you guys know what we were thinking on that end. And you'll probably end up hearing more on that stuff soon as well. So the next thing that we want to talk about is Silverman. Yay! Give you some updates, talk a little about the project, what's going on there, and a variety of things. So let's see. What's going on with Silverman? We made a determination. I'm always trying to think ahead on things. For example, with the Alpha Group, literally one of the reasons why I put it into place was because I wanted there to be an activity for us to be able to gather around and see value in the project while we were getting everything else ready. It was something immediate we can get up and running. And like I said, I think it's a good reason why our floor is getting the evaluation that it is, because people see the work we're putting into it every day and they get value out of it every day, even before the other projects. Then we've got the store coming and everything else coming. With Silverman, that's one of the things I've been really thinking about, because it was not the right time to release. Originally we want to start. Our original idea for Silverman was to jump right into it after Cockadoodles, get it released pretty soon, start the announcement process pretty soon, and get it released before NFT NYC. Then the market happened. And it's just not the right time. It's interesting. one of the things that Incogtango says, have them redesign all the cats as goblins. Like I said, one of the reasons why we've been a little bit quiet on it is that, people right now are kind of, Corky just posted a photo in the voice chat of us that we took with David last week when we were out to dinner brainstorming with him on some stuff. The waiter who took it was short, and from now on I'm going to selfie all of our photos because I'm a very tall guy and that is not my flattering angle. But aside from that, Bree and David both look amazing. So one of the things is that we haven't even wanted to do our big announcements about the project right now because everyone is just down this week. People are worried. They're worried about their investments. Think about it right now. If someone's like, "Yeah, we've got a new project, guys," everyone would be like, "Read the room, dude." Did I get a chuckle out of Brie?
Yeah. It's gonna be one Ethereum. No.
Yeah, right. Guys, we got this great project. It's from the director of The Simpsons. It's only gonna be half an Ethereum. You guys are all in, right? So it's kind of a read the room situation. Ethereum will rebound at some point. Even if it's a temporary bounce, it will. And every time it rebounds, people are positive again. The space turns green again. People get excited. So normally what happens is you go ahead and you kind of make an announcement and then you do a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes. But since we're waiting for that time when we can turn around and start making announcements and have it be when people are excited, what we're doing is we're doing it the other direction. We're actually getting all that stuff prepped ahead of time. So there's a couple updates I want to tell you guys as holders. Then there's a couple more things we'll be posting more publicly. But just kind of some internal notes for you guys as holders. I've actually started already coding the randomizations on it. We've got an internal working project name, which is we're really excited about. We're not going to mention what it is yet because once again, I want people to get hit with this information and get excited about it during a time when it's exciting. But Brooke, how good is the name?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I feel bad even mentioning it because I'm in love with the name and it fits so perfectly with the art and everything that we're doing. And I just feel like it's mean to even bring it up. But yeah, Josh is, yes, Josh, the name is, I love the name. Yeah. I'm like a nerd. I'm fangirling over our own project. I'm like, we are doing something so cool.
I know, it's awesome. And also like another little thing, David's actually started even already doing some test intro animations for us. So we've got some really cool animations to introduce the project to people.
Yeah, the animations are really, really dope. All of it's coming together really well. I can't wait to share it with everybody here. Same.
And that's one of the big things I want to let you guys know because normally, like I said, this is crypto. So people will announce a project name and then have one sneak peek and you know they don't have the art ready, which is why they take 7 days to do a reveal.
Or 2 weeks.
Or 2 weeks. Oh God. Did someone take 2 weeks? I think, didn't Collider Craftworks announce when they minted that their reveal would be June 30th?
I don't know that project.
Yeah. I think they minted a week or so ago. They minted when we were up in.
Oh, I remember you were talking about.
Yeah, and the reveal date is June 30th. So we're doing it the other way around. We're actually working on Logan Paul never revealed. Yikes! Really, that's what Magnetic said. So if you guys can tell, we're actually getting a lot of stuff prepped ahead of time so we can be ready to go. And I think we figured out that's the best strategy. I think that's the best strategy. People right now are all a little skittish. Everyone's very excited about this project, but people are just not the most excited at all right now, and they won't be until things turn green. So we're going to like not announce the project on the same day that the market drops 150 to 200 points. And but we're getting everything ready in the background and getting it ready to go, so we really can like just hit the ground running. NFT NYC was a big factor in this. One of the things is when you announce a project, you have to keep momentum up. And I remembered NFT NYC back in November. What happened was if you try to announce during NFT NYC, half of the most important people, not actually, it's a really bad thing. Just half the people are offline. People are paying attention to NFT NYC. You can't really keep things going. Just everything feels like a lull during it. If you're not there, you notice that there's an absence in people who are there. If you are there, then you're not really thinking about anything outside of NFT NYC and Ape Fest, yada, yada, yada. So we didn't think it was a good idea. We figured we'd had to either announce before NFT NYC and launch before NFT NYC, or after NFT NYC and launch after NFT NYC. Because if you announce before NFT NYC and start getting things built up, that then you'll get kind of a dead period in the Discord, and that's the kind of thing that can kill the momentum on a project. So we really just all felt that it was with the crash and everything that it was best to kind of wait until afterwards. And so we're kind of getting everything prepped, and obviously want to move on things as soon as it's good. Bro, Josh saying NFT NYC so much is starting to sound really weird. really, really weird because I keep repeating it and just like the word sounds funny, or feel free to answer in the chat, Elgriff. Or the word sounds weird. Yeah, dude. I've felt that. Every so often you'll say a word enough times and it just sounds bizarre. Yeah, I'm not going to think about which ones do that to me because it happens. Brooke said the same things happened with NFT LA this year. Absolutely true. NFT lost all meaning to me in that period. Do you mean the period where I kept saying NFT NYC, or the period right now during the crash? Oh yes, sir. NFT NYC. So I just wanted to give you guys the thinking behind what we're doing and get a sense of the excitement we have and what we're doing this whole time. Just so that everyone knows where we are. And let's see. A couple things about Silverman. Oh, and also another little internal thing for holders. We're actually going full speed ahead of the art. It's gonna be funny because in some ways we'll probably be one of the few projects that practically has the art done before we announce. Brooke says art is so fire, heart on fire. Yes, I agree. I really agree. Some stuff. So for non-holders, a few things that we're going to be talking about, which is we're going to have an external FAQ about Silverman coming this week. Kind of like when Silverman, a little bit about this stuff. All the questions that people have about, wait, do I have to put my things in separate wallets? The answer is no. Yada, yada, yada. A lot of stuff like that. And I think that, and and we're putting the project together in anticipation of the market recovering. Went over that. Sorry, I'm going through all my notes. And I think that's kind of like the general project status on a lot of things. The next thing I want to go into after this is community building, NFT NYC, what activities we're going to be having coming up in here, and a few other things. But before I do any of that, does anybody have any questions on Silverman, Cockadoodles, merch store? We also have some stuff that we haven't announced that we're planning in the works for Barnyard Fashionistas. But like, does anybody have any questions that anyone wants to ask before we kind of like move on and jump into some other things? Bree, you have any questions? Like when is your next pink treat? Like pink thing that we buy?
When silver? No.
Haven't you been paying attention?
Bree? That's it. I'm coming over there.
Don't threaten us with a good producer. Let's see. We got some people typing, and when Fortnite cockadoodle skin. Wow. Elver says, so I missed a bit. TBF, is something about Silverman this week or after NFT NYC? And Greenpeace says, sneak peek of David projection. So basically what we decided is we want to use the animation that he's doing, the previews, all of that stuff to get momentum. And we want to do that when we're ready to announce. We can't announce it right before NFT NYC. So we're going to do it sometime after NFT NYC. We're trying to figure out, we're just looking at the market. The main things are that we're building everything right now so that we can use it to announce and get momentum. I mean, you guys all know how important momentum is and buzz in the scene. What we don't want to do is announce right now when everyone's sad. Use our shots that we have in the chamber to get a little bit of excitement and then have it all go away during NFT NYC.
What's the dessert? Can we take the dogs? Or is it just us?
I don't think he's talking to you.
I was for 1 second, I was like, the dessert. Is this a metaphor for our NFT?
Please don't eat your dogs for dessert. Please don't eat your dogs for dessert. That's all that we ask.
Ugo, I don't know if you noticed that your mic is hot, but I now want to know where you guys are going for dessert, and I want to know if you can take the dogs, and if you're not taking the dogs, do they get some alternative treat?
You can't have your dogs.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see I hit the mic.
That's okay.
It happens all the time. It's all good.
Dude.
But now we need pictures of your dog.
Yeah,
so.
that's... Have you seen the Fur Feather Baby channel? We now need a photo of your dog in there, if you have any. If it's okay doxing your dog. Let's see. Elgar said makes sense to me on the NFT NYC, announcing it after and getting momentum. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man. Woody says, any static sneaks prior to NFT NYC? Let me think about that. Let me think about that. If there's some way that I can do it, my main thing is that I don't want to prematurely get people overexcited. But if there's a way that we can do that...
We'll take a look at it.
Maybe we're giggling because that scene from She's Out of Our League that we were watching last night. Yes. For anyone who's seen She's Out of Your League or Out of My League, She's Out of My League, whatever that.
Yeah, of course. We've all seen that. Classic.
Absolute classic, and a very premature joke in there, which is why I might have that phrasing on my mind. We watched a bunch of incredibly hot girlfriend movies in honor of how cute I think Brie is last night. Love you. Let's see. So that was a question from Woody. Greeny says, are you looking to relaunch BFs as an accelerator for cockadoodles? Cockadoodles, BF, I'm not sure what you mean by an accelerator. BFs are their own thing, and they have some upgrades coming up. We've got a lot planned for them. We've got some more functionality tied to them in the store and plans for them to tie in the store. We've just been a little bit quiet on them. But we have and continue to have big plans for them. It's one of the reasons why everyone has stuck with us so long is that we stick by our projects. Just on where you heading with BFs. We're not going to announce that just yet. Hold on, have a little faith, or not even have a little faith, just hold on. We want to get through all the stuff that we have this week, and then I want to talk about the BF stuff when we actually are doing it and have some time to do it. But we've got some stuff that we are thinking about and some other stuff that we've started that we're going to put into place for BF. I don't have an exact time frame on that yet, but I just kind of want you guys to know that it is on the radar. I think probably at some point we'll have a whole BF AMA with some upcoming stuff. Plenty of faith, man. Just thought I'd ask while I was. Of course, Greenie, you can ask anytime. Anyone can ask anytime. If you guys can tell, I think one of the things that gives our holders the most confidence is that we are never offended by questions. God, this project where you go in and like, aren't you thinking about the floor? And people start yelling at you is just like. In fact, I says need some BF love. Damn right, man. We got it. Oh, if Organic Self Brooks says, if anyone's confused, BF equals Barnyard Fashionistas. Yes. BF, Barnyard Fashionistas. Anybody have any more questions on what we've gone over so far before we go into the other stuff that we're going to be doing and start doing and community stuff? And NFT NYC, then why hasn't David tweeted from the NFT account for so long? So David doesn't tweet from that account. We control the Silverman account. We haven't tweeted from it because we haven't had a lot of news, but that's also something that we want to ramp up and start working on as well. Honestly, one of the reasons why that took a bit of the backseat the last few weeks was the crypto crash. So much of my time and attention has been focused on getting Silverman moving, getting our assets diversified, and getting up to speed on all the advanced stuff on options trading and charts and all that kind of stuff, to be careful about it, and the brand building, that it just hasn't left a lot of room for communication, which is why we haven't had as many AMAs, which is also one of the things that's going to be changing. Just so you guys know, like at this point, asset protection is such a high priority for me because it's how we're going to deliver on everything that we want to give you guys. That I'm literally, one of the reasons why we're not doing video right now is because I was up at 5:45 a.m. watching the charts, and I literally don't have video right now because while I'm talking, aside from jumping back and forth from the notes, I literally have the Ethereum and Bitcoin multiple trading view charts open on my monitor, hourly, 15-minute, 1 minute on both of them, with a variety of indicators to make sure that I'm just to make sure that we're being safe on this. I'm really aware that prices can fluctuate a lot, which is one of the reasons why we've been moving assets back and forth between Ethereum and USDC, and really making sure that we're protecting things right. Magnet says, couldn't do video anyway, too many people in the VC. Wow, yeah, we got a lot of people here today. That is awesome. That makes me so freaking happy. Let me see. And Elgriff said, ooh, okay. My bad. No, not your bad, Elgriff. I really want to destigmatize any bad feelings about asking a question. Elgriff, you just gave us the opportunity to give you an update on something that people are probably wondering about. So anytime you guys have a question, someone else probably has the same question. It is never your bad to ask a question. There are no bad questions. Watch, someone will ask a really horrible question. I'll be like, that's a terrible question. But no, there are no bad questions. It all encourages conversations. We got a laugh from Elgriff on that one.
Why
Corky's.
don't we have a cat yet?
I just asked for that. Bree just asked me, why don't we have a cat yet? Okay, yeah, you're right. We do need some pets up in here, don't we? We do.
Guinea pig, 2 guinea pigs. 'Cause you can't have one.
We talked about a guinea pig, and you said we needed a bigger area for their cage. Okay.
You can't have just one, apparently. You can only...
That's why I said 2. I said 2.
Yeah, you've got to have 2. You've got to have 2.
Brooks, retroactive, horrible thoughts from childhood there?
Oh my God, don't. It's Sunday. Don't. Come over there.
Vertical says, no dumb questions. Challenge accepted. Okay, it's on. Let's do it, guys. All right, guys. Let's do. We're gonna give a whitelist spot to some upcoming project. We'll do it from one of the next ones we have for whoever can ask the dumbest question in the next 5 minutes.
What's Ethereum?
What's Ethereum? I mean, that's just kind of basic. I don't know. That's dumb.
Well, what's an NFT?
That's not a dumb question. We all have to ask that question at some point, you know?
If he says, "Oh,
I don't know.
Why should I own a cockadoodle?
why should I own a
Why should
cockadoodle?
I own a cockadoodle?
Why should or
That's also a
shouldn't?
good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. When is ETH going back up? I mean, I think
We
that.
all know.
That's true. We do all know. Elgar says, when is ETH going back up? I mean, Elgar, I think that's kind of a great question. Veronica says, is a taco a sandwich? That's a pretty good question.
I feel like that's also a good question. I kind of want to know.
I kind of want to know now also.
Make it not a sandwich because the shell connects. But if your taco breaks during eating it,
Does it become a
does
sandwich?
it become a sandwich?
Do you have to be Jewish because technically the taco is unleavened?
I'm not Jewish enough to understand.
So
that
every time I
question.
eat a taco, I'm actually eating a sandwich?
If you're Jewish, right? Yeah. That's
All right.
It's possible. Magnetic asks, will Luna go back to the moon? The funny thing about that, though, is that actually it's not a bad question because I know a bunch of people who jumped in Luna on the day it crashed, and like apparently they did really well. There's some weird resurgence in it, or slight resurgence in it. Let's see. Are there any questions you? When Silver and Whitelist, we just went off for that drafter. God, we've got some pretty good dumb questions here. Latina says a taco is not a sandwich. I think out of cultural sensitivity, we have to give her that one. Latina says, what's a Coinbase? Magical Hippie says, when will my pet unicorn start pooping joints and cupcakes again? Hippie, that might actually be a really good question. If you smoke more, you might
Depends
figure
on
out the
how high
answer.
you get.
Yeah, Bree says it depends on how high you get.
And the strain.
And the strain. Okay, that was a fun little divergence, but it is not the end of our AMA. We've got a bunch more fun stuff to go over. So, what is the dumbest question that we've got here? I mean, I almost feel like the one that had the most conversation is a taco a sandwich? Think?
Yeah. I mean, I am laughing at Brooks. What color is the White House? But
That's not a dumb question. That is a joke. What color is the white horse? I feel like that's like an old mind bender from like those little kids.
I thought it said house.
Is there a good Dow? I think Veronica and Lauren are going to get it with is a taco a sandwich.
It's the most controversial.
Also, Magnetic Dishes post. I bought a box of mints, but no NFT. Why? Magnetic, sadly, that might be the most intelligent wordplay I've seen, which would make it a great question. Okay.
Josh?
Yes. LTS.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Bree.
Hi.
It's
Hi, love.
LTS.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, I can't find the question channel.
Okay. If you go to the voice chat, if you click highlight.
I've just typed in like holders.
Oh, you typed yours in holders. Let me see. Where, Liz, are people talking in the holders chat? And are people talking in...
No.
Right,
So
because
that's my question.
they're all in the... LTS said, Earl Sandwich invented the sandwich a taco? No. What channels are the questions? If you go ahead and you see where it says voice chat, are you on a computer or phone?
Phone.
Phone. Bree, can you like bring up your phone? Let's click in. It's there. It's a new chat for.
I can answer this.
Brooks got
I
it.
can answer this. It's right on. It's up on the right hand side of your phone. So if you tap,
Okay.
if you tap the screen,
I'm there.
alrighty, there you go.
Thank
So
you.
this is like not, yeah, of course. It's not really a questions channel, more of like a voice chat. So it's kind of nice. Like
you know, when you go on like Instagram and there are lives and stuff, and like, you know, you can like type in text, except for this one's more interactive, obviously, because we can all talk. So it's not like a stage. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
Of course, no problem.
I'd also like to point out that we have 2 more pets doxed. Drofter doxed Rex, who looks like a very good boy, sitting out there very proud. Drofter, you got.
He's a good boy. He
Yeah.
looks very clean too.
And very proud.
Shiny.
It's very proud that he's sitting there for that photo. And then also we've got Ugo. Ugo doxes little puppies, and there's like multiple puppies there. They're so cute. There's 2 of them. And I think the third thing is a pillow.
I can't tell if it's another dog or a pillow on the
Well,
floor. Though.
that thing too, that looks kind of like a pillow.
Well, that's definitely not a. I'm pretty sure that's not a dog.
Yeah, you
So,
can't
yeah,
tell
it looks
exactly. It
just
looks
like
just like
this,
the
so,
other
yeah.
one.
But the thing on the floor, I wonder if that's another dog.
I think only Ugo can answer for sure. If there's an extra, let's see. ZenLogic said, "Why am I here?" We've got more info coming up. ZenLogic. Let's see. Latina says you can also swipe right when in VC and it takes you here. Nice. Ulgriff is asking LTS a question. It looks like a pillow. It's me. I'm a pillow. Brooke, you are not a pillow. Drofter says, Rex is a legend to be fair. Awesome lad. Screw getting a cat. A dog is the way to go. Certainly a man's best friend. Nice. All right, let's jump back into the AMA. So, community building. The very first thing that I want to talk about with community building is NFT NYC. Yay! So, with the crash, we are not a project with a huge amount of funds, but it is so important to build community that we're going to work on. We really want to build a family here, and we're doing it. You know, like, I see your guys' names in the chat, and I'm excited you're here. And I see people I've seen before, and I'm excited to get to know you. Like I said, it's one of the reasons we do these voice chats. Oh, ZenLogic said that it's meant to be a dumb question. You know, thank you, ZenLogic, for saying that, because I was looking at it and I was like, wait a second, wow, that's. You know, for getting me, ZenLogic, you got me on that one. You're gonna get a whitelist spot too. I think that's a runner-up just for like, for just. I almost thought it was serious. I said yes. So part of that is big or small doing some kind of meetup. If you guys notice, you have to register as a holder, and then there is a participate section. I'm going to scroll up to it. And a lot of people don't see us, but we've got some great sections for our holders: tools, learnings, alpha, and participate. If you click in activities, NFT NYC is there. We're trying to get a head count. What we want to do is we want to set it up so that people can register. We'll be able to register both for themselves and a +1. We're trying to figure out a really fun activity, or something kind of like, you know, like a pre-game night, like where we go out in kind of, you know, the 4 to 6 or 5 to 7 time before like all the other big parties and stuff. It gives us a chance to all connect and get together. And, you know, this is how we build up a little bit at a time, and everyone realizing that we really mean it. And, you know, get really excited to see each other. I honestly will be so excited to see so many of you guys in person. I can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Let's see. So make sure that you guys sign up for that and get a head count. A lot of the venues in once you highlight that, we have a channel where an NFT NYC channel that pops up for you, so we can talk about it. I will say a lot of the venues in New York that we are finding require proof of vaccination if it's indoors. So just something to think about. But definitely sign up no matter what, and then we'll get details for everybody on like the night, the venue, and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Now beyond that, let's talk about let's talk about getting back on top of things around here. We're always very involved in chat, but we've been so focused on getting Silverman up and running, the brand, managing the assets through the crash, that there have been some things that we want to do on the server that we want to get going now too. One of them is ramping up our AMAs again. So I could not believe when I looked at the calendar and realized that it had been over a month since our last AMA. Because I love these times. I love us getting to connect. And it made me realize how engrossed we've been in getting the brand up and running, the project, the Silverman project going, our project going, and also getting the, our overarching company going for all of us, and managing the assets during the crash, which can be really involved, as anyone knows who trades. So one of the big things on my mind is making the AMAs weekly or bi-weekly again, so that you guys always have updates from us, and a little bit of that you'll actually hear the progress that we're making week by week. And then another thing that I want to start up is doing AMAs with other projects. I think it brings new people to the server. I also think that it's great to get information on stuff, and a lot of projects that we get alpha with are would be excited to come in and tell us a little bit about their projects too. We also want to get some more classes going. Hippie is working on an intro to Solana for us that we want to set a date for. We want to go and do another we can't call it a class because that becomes financial advice, but we want to kind of have another discussion on trading. I've been noticing that people, well, I'll get to the trading part later because there's we do little notes on it at the end of the day today. And then another thing, and including something that we want to set up, is general hangouts and voice chat. If you guys have an activity or something you want to do in voice chat, feel free to reach out. We're going to start doing some that are with other projects as well. And another thing that I want to start doing is having a community update be part of the AMA. There's so many people in Web3 that are doing things in their own projects that are also community members. I want to check in with you guys and find out who's doing what. And one of the strengths of our community, one of the strengths of our projects is our community. And it gives a chance for people to connect. So I actually want to start with one of them right now, because one of my old friends in the space, I think I've known him since September, which, in NFT years like dog years, like 1 month equals 1 year in the NFT space practically. Just released a Sleepers project. Magnetic, you here, bud?
I am here. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Wait, hold on. Let me give you a little more of an intro, and the whole thing a little more of an intro. So one of the things I want to do with a community update is take a second for people in the community who have things that they're doing to be able to tell us about it and give us a chance to talk and connect for a minute. And let's do the first one with Magnetic, and then if anyone else has anything else that they're working on this week, feel free to chime in. I'd love to hear about it. But first, Sleepers, they told us about it. I called it here, and I actually think we were one of the first groups to hear about it. And I think some people in here actually brought it to other groups too, and then it just took off. Like there were 3,000 of them. We announced it when there were about 230, I think. And then it ended up topping the charts on Icy Charts as a free mint, Icy Tools. And Magnetic is the founder of it. So also, I just want to say, guys, standard disclaimer. Having someone in here to talk about their project doesn't say I'm recommending people run out and buy it. I just want to say that.
100%.
Yeah. But Magnetic's a sweetheart, and it was a mostly free mint. I think it was like 1,000 free, and then there's like 0.003 for the rest, which is practically free.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So Magnetic, take it away, brother. Why don't you like? I heard about it, realized it was a project that I had known that you were working on for a while, and then when I saw it was free, I kind of jumped in and grabbed some before I even knew about the utility. So what have you been up to, man? What have you been working on?
So the project idea started about 5 months ago. I had 3 different ideas for the artwork, and I did not like any of them. But the artwork that you see now is what I came to love and wanted to release. I saw like people getting drained in the space, like physically, mentally, not getting enough sleep, and that's what the project is all about. Is focusing on getting enough sleep, focusing on getting a family together, having a safe place where you can come to vent and talk to others, join VC chat, play games with one another, and just vibe out and forget about like the current market right now. I'm sorry, I'm shy. I'm very shy with people. So,
you're doing a great job, man. And it's called Sleepers.
Yes, it's called Sleepers. It started off as pillow heads, actually. Josh got to see them, and I just hated it.
Dude, I remember the pillows that you were showing me, and then like when you came out with it, I was like, oh. You did this instead of the pillow. You're like, these are the pillows. I changed them, and yeah, these look much better.
I had to like do tedious work to the line art, like on the sides, and that took probably just the line art on the coloring it in probably took like 40 hours. Veronica and Lauren actually watched pretty much the whole thing take place, like, because I would stream it in a VC call, and we actually minted out in 5 hours, and I was completely in shock. Josh was actually there, and we were all doing a video call.
Yeah.
He came to help with Discord, and I cannot thank Josh enough. Y'all have an awesome dev here.
Oh,
like,
thanks,
for
man.
real. Y'all have one of the best devs in this space.
Oh, appreciate you, brother. Well, dude, I saw that, like, it was like, I mean, I saw that you put together the Discord and started, and I looked in there, and I was like, okay, there's no security in here. He needs a few more channels. He needs to get a holder area set up. I got this. So I just jumped in, and I was like, let's put this together for you. So I'm not officially on the project, but I did jump in and help build out their Discord on midnight, because y'all look like you could use the help.
I appreciate that. Also, I host Twitter Spaces every single night, and I record them. We play ambient sounds just so people can come to a Twitter Space if they need to fall asleep better, not feel alone, you know what I mean? Just have a group of people, like, sleeping together, pretty much.
That's really cool.
Do you ever get
There's
people
some things like
snoring on your Twitter
we're
Spaces?
working on trying to find a developer for some things top secret that I shared with Josh, and I can't say it right now, but
Bree had a very important question.
Do you ever get people snoring on your Twitter Spaces?
I don't bring them up, so I don't know. They could be snoring. I just can't hear them.
I bet there are. And you know you're doing your job.
I know it has been helping me personally, because I listen to them every night as well.
Nice.
Oh, I just got a Vertical, thank you. Vertical posted, insert "We love Josh" gif, and then Corky put a beaver screaming Josh.
Yeah, it's a screaming beaver.
Screaming beaver, awesome. Veronica throw Josh is so hot right now. Corky threw, I'm a hot little potato right now. Vertical said, "Can confirm the cricket's ambient is lethal. You'll be asleep in 10 seconds." That's awesome. I haven't checked it, but sometimes I do. Like that'd be interesting. I tend to try to fall asleep with the TV on because I find that my mind is working so fast all the time that it almost needs a distraction of a story to fall asleep.
Right.
So the crickets. It sounds interesting. Zenlog.
Yeah, you just need a fat and a control. That's all you need.
What, hippie?
The spaces start.
You just need a fat indica joint. That's all you need.
Oh, dude, no. So funny little story about that.
I love these stories. Let's hear this.
Josh just like gets all like anxious and hungry and doesn't sleep.
And like cool, let's watch something. Let's do something like it was like instant.
Is there any food?
Yeah, it was like first off, started doing some food activities, and like Bree would get really tired, and I'd be just like looking at her.
Are you awake?
Can you be awake? I'm awake. No.
It happens.
No, Pot does not have that reaction on me. Zen Logic said, "Bro, that's me." I think that was about the watching TV when you go to sleep. Is that right, Zen Logic? Greenpeace says, "Yes, hippie, you were right." Greenpeace says, "I do this every night." And Zen Logic said, "Yes," about the TV. Nice. Sometimes I'll put on something really stupid before going to bed, and then Brie will like wake up to get interested in it because it's so bad. Like we found a movie.
It frustrates me because it's so bad, and that I just keep watching it.
Yeah, we found a movie that was like some bad horror movie about like a bus of people going to Burning Man that get taken over by a satanic cult or something, and it was so bad Brie was instantly like awake and offended and like I can't go to sleep. I have to know what the end of this horrible thing is. Vertical said box fan OP. And for a minute, I thought he said ban Fox. And I was like, who's Fox and why should I ban him? You guys need to watch Midsommar. I will look it up. I'm always good. And Zenlock said Murdoch Mysteries, legendary sleep show. I'm always up for finding a good show.
What did we watch this morning? What was that called?
What, Good Morning, the movie? Or no which one?
The good one we just watched.
Oh, we just watched an amazing movie. If you guys haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, it is insane. It was one of the few movies I actually was literally laughing out loud and in tears at. Everything Everywhere All at Once just came out. Cannot recommend it enough. Philosophical, interesting, hilarious, little sci-fi, diverse. Just check it out. Watch it. I'm big on movies. I might have to start doing movie nights again. That would be fun. That'd be a fun one to do here. Corky says, I just watched The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for the first time at 3 a.m. this morning. Now, did you watch the movie, Corky, or did you watch the original BBC series that was actually written by Douglas Adams that came out before the books that is amazing from the 70s? 70s?
No, I watched one with Mos Def.
Oh, God, that was horrendous.
I liked it, actually.
Okay. If you liked that one, look up Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think they have it on Amazon. It's a 6-episode BBC series. And it's much closer. It's actually Douglas Adams wrote it originally as a radio play. Then he wrote that as a teleplay for the BBC. So it's much closer to the books. And then he wrote the books based on those. Much closer to the books. It's got all the original humor. It blows away the movie in everything except for effects. What?
I'm picturing like a Doctor Who type.
Yes. Picture
Okay.
like set your expectations to 70s Doctor Who level of special effects, and you will be very happy.
Beautiful. All right.
Done.
Sounds good.
Magnetic, that was an amazing community update. And guys, that's what we want to do. We
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys, and we want to hear what you're doing, and I think that all these things help bring us closer together, and that's the kind of things I think that are needed to help and survive in a Web3 space like this. And that also means on our end, ramping up classes, doing more trading classes, and more hangouts in VC. We're going to start organizing some activities with games and rewards. If anyone wants to organize a game night or something like that, we can supplement it with like rewards from whitelist spots, and things like that. We've started our Twitter giveaways up again. Brooke says, "Oh my God, I love game nights." Yeah, we've got to do some more game nights. We've got to get Rumble going again.
Yo, can I do Harry Potter trivia night?
I don't even know what that is, but yes.
You don't know what Harry Potter is?
I will
No, I don't know what
dress up
Harry
as a
Potter
puppet.
trivia night is.
That would be like.
I will
Harry
dress
Potter
up as a
trivia.
wizard and I will do trivia for people.
Nice.
Yes, I have a magic wand too.
I upvote Harry Potter trivia night. I upvote that for sure. I definitely want to do that.
All right. Sounds like it's
Oh, heck
on.
yeah.
Also, Magnetic wanted to organize a poker night between our two communities. So yeah, we'll get that going.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And Magnetic, you said, is it one of those new Trotters as Harry Potter trivia night? Okay. Love it. Is the poker a like the new poker that they have? They've got some like activities in chat now in Discord, right? Or is it something else?
Yes, it has a Discord bot also. The way it works is you connect your wallet, and if you hold the NFT, you can participate in the poker tournament. You can do collabs with other NFTs, like Veronica and V. They did a collab with another project and had a poker night with them.
So would this also be with Finger Bang Skate Gang?
Say again?
Would this also be with Finger Bang Skate Gang?
Yes, it would.
Nice. That's guys, Veronica and Lauren. That's their project as well. I thought I heard someone pop in like they were going to say something, but they didn't.
Yeah,
That was me. I was just saying hello.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, hon. Veronica, super quick. Like while we're in community time, do you want to what's Finger Bang Skate Gang again about?
Finger Bang Skate Gang in its most simple terms, like we're going to be working on actually doing some kind of facelift stuff actually in the coming week and a half or so. But I mean, long story short, tech decks. That's the shortest version I can give you right now.
Tech decks?
Where we're doing, like tiny skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So ideally, our goal is basically to create a lore crafted world that has a few different like types of residents and different types of PFPs, and then right there in the voice chat thing, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, what Corky just posted?
Yeah, Corky.
Huh.
So we're going to be basically telling our story through our fingerboard drops and stuff like that.
When you get something together or you want to present something, we can have you talk about it in the community chat. See if anyone else is into it too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's
Like
awesome.
I'm just like an interloper right now. I'm not like on the schedule or anything.
You don't. Here's the thing about community and why we do this in voice chat. You don't have to be on the schedule. This is like community time when we do them during the AMA. We're gonna start the AMAs in the future. I think we might even start with it sooner. Kind of for when people are coming in, like, hey, what have you been doing? So it's fine. You're not an interloper at all. You're not an interloper any more than anyone else in this community is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Finger Bang has tech deck stuff. Sleepers is doing they're much more like available right now. So like sleepers are the move at the moment. I'm just gonna fade off into the background now. Love you guys.
Love you too. And when you're ready to present more, you can. And wait, hold on a second. Let's see. People say yes for movie nights. Hustle is a great watch on Netflix. Brooke says, I love game nights, poker tournament for holders. Let's see. Incognito says, every other project does game night, movie nights, etc., but I haven't seen any other projects that does educational activities like you've been doing. Thank you. That means a lot to me. So much at the core of what Bree and I care about is like not just us, but the people around us do well. And a big part of that is trying to do education. I want to, our minting class, How to Win a Gas War, the recording ended up being busted. So I want to do that again to record it for everybody. So we'll be doing that again soon. We'll also be doing a trading talk again soon. I'm also going to do a few notes on trading kind of at the end of this, because that's really important with all the alpha lists that we're getting people. But that means a lot to me. Incognito also said Metaverse Night will be fire. Yes. Poker for eggs. Yeah, we want to start getting into egg rewards and that stuff built out as well. Website is Poker Now. Cool. Magnetic, send a link. We'll check it out. Let's see.
I'll send it through DMs.
Okay, cool. And Pinch just says, yay! I don't know why Pinch is saying yay, but I agree with the sentiment.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
I'm literally playing in a poker tournament on Poker Now as I'm talking with you guys all.
Nice!
Is it on Poker Now?
Yep. Yeah, I am, yeah.
That's awesome. Like I said, one of the big things we want to start doing is facilitating both staff and holders to do activities here. If you have an idea for an activity, approach me, approach Corky, approach Hippie, approach Brooke, Organic Self. The best things that we can do is really make a community. And if you guys are inspired to do something, that makes it stronger for all of us also, but it's also fun. And that's what we want to build here. So please don't be embarrassed. Step up and participate. Brooke says, my DMs on Twitter and Instagram are always open for whoever wants to approach. Yay! Let's see. I think that's like everything I wanted to go over with community building. Does anybody have any? So one thing I'm going to do after this is I'm going to do a little talk, a minor one, about some of my techniques on trading and how to deal with some of the alpha lists and stuff that are coming in. Just because it's important enough that I want to mention it. But does anybody have any questions about community activities, NFT NYC, anything like that before we move on? I'm going to say no dumb questions. Again. I'm not saying that you can't ask dumb questions. I'm saying there are no dumb questions again. And we now know that if anything is above the level of is a... What?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, always.
Do you know why the football coach went to the bank?
God damn it, about the project.
To get his quarters back.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yep.
The excitement, oh my god. I love it.
Okay, I'm done. My dad joke of the day is done.
Love how excited Brooke was to answer that.
I love a good
I know this!
bad dad joke riddle. I knew it!
Did you say you love a good dad?
Like, no. Josh. Oh my god. Stop it.
Sorry, I just missed part of the sentence. Let's see.
Right. Anyway.
What are the 50 cockadoodles in no wallet?
In no wallet?
In no wallet? Incognito, can you help me understand what that means? I'll look it up in holders. I don't know why there would be 50 cockadoodles in no wallet. Maybe it's some sort of
Maybe they were burned
Hidden?
or never minted.
I don't think that would mean that they were burned. I mean,
yeah, I did. That's why I didn't burn wallet. I didn't know what they were. That's why I'm asking.
It could be. I mean, I guess in theory it could. I would have to look up the transaction history. I do wonder when I see something like that if it's some sort of. It's interesting. There's 50 of them at the null address.
I had the same problem, Josh. I have like 119 in that same address, and I don't know how they got there.
I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, let me know about that.
Yeah. Interesting. No, I don't. I don't think it would be a contract error. One of the things that you do is with 721A, they do take out some of the extra safety things in it for transfers, but sometimes. Let me look into that one. One of the things that was costing a huge amount of gas was one of the safety checks that things do, but I think that they did that. So I'll look through, I'll take a look at some of the actual tokens and I'll see their history and possibly how they got there. It could be a burn. Some of them could be a burn. Some of them could be people, Yep. No, I don't think it would. 721 doesn't leave any gaps. And a lot of people are asking if 721 leaves gaps. 721 doesn't leave any gaps. If they're in the null address, they were actually probably created and moved there somehow, as opposed to just not having been existed. If they didn't exist, then they wouldn't show up in the totals, and they just wouldn't be anywhere. Not like they'd be at the null address. So I will take a look at that. Let's see. I will take a look at that, just not this exact moment, because that sounds like something that might end up being a little bit more in depth. Anyone else have any other amazing questions to ask? Bueller? Let's see. If a ship of Thesis were kept in a harbor and every part of the ship were replaced one at a time, would it then be a new ship? This isn't the Why is the Sky Blue AMA.
But why is it though?
Why is it?
Is it a reflection of the water? Or is the water a reflection of it?
Oh my goodness. It's a reflection of you. Isn't that smooth, right? It's a paradox. What if it's new parts in an old configuration? Ha! Let's see.
You're leaning on Western philosophy and metaphysical, what is something to begin with? Is what makes the ship of Theseus the ship of Theseus? Is it the wood that it's made out of, or is it the fact that Theseus owns the port that ship sits in?
These are all good questions.
Big question. Sorry, I figured you said no dumb questions, so I asked a paradox because I thought it would be an interesting.
No, that is a highly intelligent question. Next time, at some point, I have to mention irreverence. We'll have the irreverent question time and the non-irreverent question times. What's a pirate favorite love letter? Good God, I know the answer to that one. I'm not going to. No, it is not G. I think you have to say it out loud to me. Arr! It's a pirate's favorite love letter. So, let's see. What next do we talk? You think it'd be the R, but it'd actually be the C. Apparently, there are multiple answers to that jokes. Let's see. The last thing that I want to talk about today was a note on trading NFTs. This is not financial advice. this is how I approach the alpha list that we get in. Right now, I did a whole post on this. Right now, a lot of projects aren't doing well. I do not decide if I'm going to mint a project until I see the floor price, until I check the volume on OpenSea, and until I see that something looks like it's actually moving and is actually going to sell out. I saw one of our holders mention that they had minted a couple of things here that they got whitelists on. Now, some of the whitelists, some people here have done very well. You know, Banner from 3.05, 0.1, more. But some of the whitelists don't hit. And I saw someone mentioning that they had, you know, wasted some money on it. And I really, really, really wanted to make sure that people knew that I don't mint every whitelist that comes through. What I do is I wait and see how they're doing. I make sure that they get a good volume. I make sure that they are that they're close to minting out, or going to mint out, or I think they're going to do very well. I mean, sometimes if they're a free mint or something that I think will go fast, I'll jump in. Like I jumped in on Sleepers right away, and they did actually have some volume on Sleepers. They haven't done a ton yet, but also that was free. Incogtango said, I miss less than 20% of the whitelists I get, closer to 10%. Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, I only do the ones, I'm very, 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 very careful with whitelists in this market. I do keep signing up to win them because at some point the market's going to turn around and you never know what's going to hit or what's not going to hit. But like that Geno's one that we just had, that, you know, that was an instant 0.05. And, you know, little wins like that, 0.05, 0.1, 0.07, like all those things add up. You get 4 or 5 of those, you got half an ETH. So I try to get on as many whitelists as I can, but then I'm very selective when it comes to minting. And that's not financials advice, but I just really wanted everyone to know that that was my approach to it, because I really want, I would be so happy if everyone's top priority was protecting their nest egg. Those who fight, you know, those who fight and run away live to fight another day. But it's such an important strategy to make sure that you're always in profit, and that includes gas. Someone posted, "No one gets poor taking profits," and that's right. Someone told me that, you know, if you average $100 a day, that's $25,000 extra by the end of the year. A lot of the projects that we're getting are not going to work out. But one of the reasons why we get so many of them is because then one works out that you don't expect. Like I didn't expect Genos to work out. As a matter of fact, we almost turned that one down when they first came in, just because they weren't very together. But that one turned out to be 0.05. So I really just want to get. I'm struggling a little with the language on this, because I really want to make sure that I'm not giving financial advice. But I really would love everyone to know that my mindset on whitelists is get into as many as you can, and then come into chat and ask about them. If you don't know how to check volume on OpenSea, see if someone else is around who does. Find out about the tools that you use to check volume to see if something's moving or not. Magnetic says use a de-risk tool if you don't know what's profit. King Drawfer says you got to be in it to win it, right? Yep, exactly. Incognito says, Corky's always around and will check for you. Yes, that's true. Although I did have to tell Corky that his evaluation on something was wrong last week. But Corky is always here and very helpful, and we'll definitely check on that stuff. And then he'll check with me too on stuff if we got a disagreement on that. Corky, I'm so happy you're here, man. There have been so many days that I've turned and just thought to myself, we couldn't do this without you, brother. And I hope that we get a lot more chances to take care of you in the future, because I just love you, appreciate you, and everyone loves you. Corky just says, love you all. You're one of the good ones, kid. Does that make sense what I'm saying on whitelist and whitelist allocations, everyone? I mean, we get a ton of them. We've actually been going a little slower this week because I haven't been posting suggestions for our alpha team. But I'm going to start ramping that up again too. I've just been, like I said, I've just been so busy on everything else, which is also good because we get that going and we get more stuff for the project. Oh, my eyes are leaking, Hippie said. Good. I'm glad. And Magnetic said 100% to everyone getting on the allow list spots. What about the rest of you guys? You guys get what I'm saying about the allow list spots, about making sure, it doesn't mean you have to mint everything, and kind of trying to make sure that you can, Greenie said...
Can I just do something to answer Greenie's question easier rather than typing?
Yeah.
I just bring up a simple, spreadsheet and put all the pertinent information that I think is relevant to the mint for myself. And then every day I just pull it up first thing in the morning and see, all right, is there anything that I need to mint today or want to mint today that's worthwhile? And probably out of 52 whitelists that I have right now, I maybe definitely am going to be minting 3 to 4 of them. Definitely. So it just gives you an idea of what everything is right in front of you.
Yep. Draw it for, and I do the same. We've got a spreadsheet as well. Drofter said that what we were saying does make sense. The best way to learn is to fail. The amount of LS that I've taken has benefited me far more than the wins I've had. God, is that true? I hope some of the wins have benefited as well. But I was really looking at my wallet the other day, and I don't hide my losers, and oh boy, I have a lot of losers in there. Do you use an autominter for a free whitelist from a burner? I haven't tried an autominter from a burner yet, but I do have a burner, and I actually just started a new burner because my old burner was getting so full that I actually had some really good stuff in it. So I finally started a second burner. Incognito says you have to take some L's to learn. That is very true. ZenLogic says I have the ENS rugwallet.eth if you want it. You mean like wallets for things that have been rugged? That's really funny. I go back and forth. Part of me would love that, but then that would mean spending gas on all of my rugs to get them out of my wallet. And also it would mean actually holding and controlling a wallet that said it was a rug wallet. I don't know as a developer if that would be the smartest thing for me to have.
It'd be really funny if you accidentally minted, doing a sweep on.
What?
It'd be funny if you accidentally bought things that weren't supposed to go in there.
Yeah, on the rug wallet.
Yeah.
Why'd you mint my thing on rug wallet, Josh? What are you trying to say? LOL, I like that. Hey, Incogtango, we are not. Magnetic says, I see your larva dudes, Josh. Yeah, so true. Larva dudes, pixel squids, what else we got in there?
World of Ape Wives.
Hey, that was a brilliant mashup. Yeah, World of Ape Wives. It was a world of women / ape wives. True as I thought it was like, it's like I have 3 of those. For a second there, I was like, "Oh, this is brilliant! Oh, I get what they're doing here! Ha ha ha! I've got to mint those." Yeah, we've got nowhere.
I'm proud I have 0 of those. Watch you send one to my wallet.
I should.
Put it in the hidden folder.
Just to get you mad. Guys, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover today. This has been a great AMA, and we're going to be back here every week or other week, even just to give you guys updates on the projects, hang out, and find out more. I need a little time just because we were dealing with all the managing the assets on top of, you know, getting everything going on all of our utilities. And trying to do an AMA on top of that was a little like, oh God, one more thing to think about. But it really made me realize how much I miss you guys and how much I missed all you guys and doing this every week or every other week, and how important it is for you guys to hear directly from us on what we're doing with the project, just so that you can follow along. You guys are part of this fam, and it's very, very, very important for us to do that. So back to that. As always, we've got less people here at the end than we do at the beginning, but this is a really great AMA.
So long.
We had a lot to catch up on.
Some dedicated people.
I know. Well, we're dedicated to them. What's up, Rocky?
Hey man, I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate everything you're doing. And I don't get to do much NFT stuff because I'm busy water skiing this summer. But the few times I've jumped in, you guys have been great help, and I love the community still. You guys are awesome.
Oh, you too.
And I'll leave it with, do you guys know what 4 Mexicans in quicksand are?
Oh, if this is a racist joke, you might have to skip it. But I'm afraid to ask.
Oh, no, definitely not racist.
Okay.
Cuatro cinco.
Oh wow, that's an actual great play on words. I'm really glad that turned out. That's hilarious. I'm glad that did not turn out in the way that I was worried it would.
Not a chance. I travel to Mexico all the time for work. I love those guys down there.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So Veronica says, "Pun me harder, Daddy." Dodfer said, FFS, haha. There's nothing quite like making jokes here with you and friends and having people laugh at them in text. This is awesome, man. Anybody else want to say hi before the end, before we turn this off? Oh, Bree, anything you want to say hi on? Are you excited about the merch you're doing, Bree?
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice. Trying to not mention details, right?
Huh?
Trying to not mention the details yet, so it's a surprise.
We haven't really talked about details, or what details to talk about, I should say. So. Yeah. Bree's working hard on the merch and stuff. When we do the merch, it's gonna be like, it'll be a drop with a set time, and you guys will probably have like 48 hours to get them, and then they'll be gone forever until the next merch. But the other thing that's cool is that once we get the store going, then if anyone has projects that want merch, we can take care of them in the store. It's one of the parts of our business plan, but it also works out better for them too, because a lot of projects don't have it together to get their own store together, and they miss out on a lot of people being interested, because you kind of have the most interest in your project right when it launches. So by working with a partner like us, it can make it so that they can take advantage of their launch and things around launch much better. So I think that's it for the day. That was Brooke saying goodbye. Bye, Brooke, even though she's not here anymore. If she ever hears this recording, she'll know he said goodbye. Magnetic said fire AMA. Yeah, man, thanks for participating. It really was. And thank you guys all for being here. It was great. So great catching up. Doffer says, thanks for hosting, Josh. Appreciate all you guys. Oh, appreciate you too. Magnetic says, thanks for having me. Oh, Magnetic, you gotta get verified. Get verified with your cockadoodle in the Collabland Join channel.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that today.
Sweet. then you can also start entering some of the whitelist, because now that you're a project owner, you probably won't have time to grind for a lot of stuff too. So good timing.
Oh, I stopped grinding for whitelist probably like 3 months ago. Like when the market like started going down, I was like, I don't see most of these minting out. Like what you were saying, don't mint every project. Like the last whitelist I did was like 4 months ago.
We let me see, what do we have that's current right now? So we use AlphaBot, which is great. And let's see. Show all. Let me see. So right now from Cockadoodles. What?
Wait. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find collab plans.
So we just did Buddha Brothers, which looks great. Neighbors, which looks great. Ficky Gang. Ficky Gang looks great. Well, I don't know if Ficky Gang. I actually haven't evaluated them yet, but Buddha Brothers look like a really good one. And yeah, we get some good ones. We get some really good whitelists. I gotta start posting some more in there to suggest for people too. Let's see. I think that comes to the end of our AMA for the day. Anything else? Let's. Brian says I'm going to go induce the munchies after this. Love that. Latina says, "Love y'all. Enjoy your Sunday." You too, Latina. Love you too. And Magna says, "Test." I think that's it for today's guys. Once again, thank you for being here. Great AMA. To the two people who just showed up, I will be posting a recording of this very shortly. So we have it, and I think that's it for the day. Right? Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
We need a sign off phrase.
I agree, bye, Josh. Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, we're gonna cluck you. We're gonna cluck you off.
See you
Here
guys.
we go.
Thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Our pleasure. Buck, 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 buck,